Hey everybody, welcome to video number 32, loading waypoints into a GPS. So in the last few videos, we classified an image of Crown Point, New York, and then we generated ground truth points in Envy. And the purpose of those ground truth points is so we can go out and visit exact pixels in our classification image and assess whether they're correctly classified or not. So in order to locate those pixels in the field, we needed to get the coordinates out of GIS and then get them into a GPS so we can actually find them on the ground. So in the last video, you exported those coordinates as a KML file. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to get them into your GPS. So the first thing you'll need to do is download the Garmin Basecamp software. If you're on a campus computer right now, you might check and see if it's already on that computer. If not, you'll need to switch over to a personal computer and actually download this Basecamp software. It can go onto a Mac or onto a laptop, but not onto a campus computer. One other quick and important tip: if you're going to head back to your dorm to do this, before you go, open your KMZ file in Google Earth and check to make sure all your points are there. If for some reason all your points aren't showing up in Google Earth, it may be because you only exported a few of the selected points that might have been highlighted when you created your KMZ file in ArcMap. So if all your points aren't there, you'll need to go back into ArcMap, make sure none of your points are selected, and then export the points again to a KMZ. But assuming all your points do show up, then you're set to proceed with this video. So go ahead now, download Garmin Basecamp onto a personal computer or your roommate's computer. Once you've got that downloaded, it's going to look like this interface. Okay. The next step is to connect your GPS. So in your GPS pouch, you should find a USB cable, and you're going to want to plug the small end of that USB cable into the back of the GPS. You'll find the mini USB port probably hiding beneath a rubber flap on the back of the GPS. Lift up that flap and plug it in. Then turn on the GPS using the button on the right-hand side. Give a second and let the GPS boot up, and then you'll see the main menu of the GPS. Now plug the big end of the USB cord into your computer. And again, be patient. Wait a minute. You may see messages saying that a driver is loading. That's good. Let that process finish. And eventually what you should be looking for is some indication on the screen of the GPS that it has connected by USB. This might be a USB icon, for example. And you'll know that the GPS has been connected and recognized in Basecamp once you get this icon. So on your menu list, you'll see under Devices, the GPS should have appeared. If it hasn't appeared, it means Garmin Basecamp hasn't recognized it. There's a few things you can try. One thing is to just hold down the power button on the GPS for 1 or 2 seconds. Not enough to turn the GPS off, but just enough to send a wake-up signal. Another thing to try would be to plug and unplug the USB cord, or even turn the GPS off and turn it back on again. So this may take some messing around. You might also start Basecamp software over again, so close it and open it again. Try combinations of these things until it has recognized the GPS unit. If it's having trouble recognizing a GPS unit, or if you haven't been able to get Basecamp to work, just see me before or after class and I'll help you upload your points. But assuming that you've got this GPS icon showing, you're now ready to go to the next step, which is to open the KML file. So to do that, I'll go File, Import, and I'm going to choose the latest KMZ file I've made, and I'll hit Open. Notice that now appeared as a menu item under My Collection. And here are all my GPS points. They're nicely labeled, field 1, field 2, and so on, so you can tell what's what. Double check, make sure all your points are here. Looks like all mine did import. That's fantastic. So the final step now is to upload these into the GPS. So to do that, I'm going to go to Device, Send to Device, and then Send GT Points All to Device. So make sure this is showing the name of the file, which it is in this case. Then I'll pick my device, hit OK. You can see it's thinking here. I'm not seeing a success message, but I believe this checkbox means that it's successfully uploaded. I can actually open that to double check. Sure enough, here's all my points that are inside the GPS folder. So that looks great. I am set to go to the field now. So to review, in this video, we learned how to use Garmin Basecamp. We learned how to establish a USB connection. We opened the KML file in Basecamp, and then we uploaded the waypoints to our GPS. You should now be able to disconnect your GPS and turn it off. And please join us for the next video, where we'll give you a lot more pointers about how to actually use a Garmin GPS to navigate to a waypoint. Thanks for listening.